Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day, and today, this seed was shared by Raren and Scooty in a multiplayer game. Thank you Aaron for collecting their seed after the match. By the way, if you aren't watching Major League Balatro, you are missing out. Even if you don't enjoy playing multiplayer yourself, even when the gameplay isn't optimal, the reactions from the audience, the reactions from the commentators, absolute cinema. As always, you can get the seed from the video description, and when you're ready, let's go gold stake yellow deck. Alright, first boss is spades. In the first round, we have plenty of clubs. So it could be a clubs flush. Probably you discard first, trying to get a better flush. Discarding only 3 cards at a time, not very likely to get a better flush. So basically, we would be committing to 2 hands. You play a flush, which doesn't win, you follow up with a pair. If you've been following me for a little while, you know we can probably do better. I like to throw away the low cards. So 5, 4, 3 of clubs, we just throw those away. If we're going to throw away the low clubs, we might as well throw away all of the clubs. We have a chance of getting a spade flush. We have a chance of getting maybe a diamonds flush or maybe king through 9 straight. Maybe we keep 2 9s. Maybe if I'm going to throw away a 5 and a 4, maybe we throw away a 7 too. 7 is kind of low also. Maybe. Let's try that. Okay, so we get a 2 of spades. Closer to that spade flush if we had kept the 7 of spades. But I guess we just get the full house. 10s and 9s. Let's one more time for science. Okay, so maybe we would not have gotten the spade flush, but we could have gotten the 2 of clubs. That could have been a straight flush. So let's say you miss on the flush, then you play a throwaway hand, and then you just get the spade flush on the next hand. So it's kind of a 2-hander either way. Throw away the clubs flush, and then for the spade flush, you have to play a throwaway hand first instead of a throwaway hand second. But here we just play full house, 10s and 9s. On the yellow deck, it doesn't super matter. If we start with 14 bucks plus $2 of interest, the difference between 1 hand and 2 hand, $19, $18, not that big a difference. Of course, it matters on other decks. It matters maybe more on the green deck, on the black deck for sure. Maybe on the black deck, I wouldn't be as aggressive. Just play the clubs. Anyway. Rental idol. So in single player, no consideration for the rental idol here, but in multiplayer, okay, the idea is the idol is really powerful. I can't afford to pass it. I can't afford for my opponent to have an idol and for me to not have an idol. If I don't take it, I just lose. But as a rental, you might lose a different way. So maybe the rental fee keeps you from getting the resources to where the idol is actually useful. So maybe the rental is preventing you from having money for Arcana packs. It's blocking you from opening standard packs. It's preventing you from getting that early game rolling, that early game stability. Especially when we are playing on gold stake, even if it's multiplayer, but it's still gold stake. You still have to survive the small blind and the big blind. And so for me personally, I think I wouldn't take the idol in a multiplayer situation. And so in single player, also not take it. Let's go buffoon pack instead. The shoot the moon as a rental, I think, is viable. The idea is you can pay for the rental fee using interest. So on the yellow decks, because we start with more money, closer to having interest and then using the interest to pay for the rental fees, using leftover hands to pay for the rental fees. The idol, you can take it. You probably don't die right away if you take the idol. But even if you're living, doesn't necessarily mean that you're thriving. So I think I take 4 Fienders instead, take the non-rental. And I think we also take a Mercury card here. This is a $4 Mercury card, at least, because in the short term it costs me an extra $1 of interest. But also interest is compounding, so maybe it's like a $5 or $6 Mercury card. I think we still take it. I think we can do 4 Fienders in the short term and then long term do some pairs, right? Let's go next. Okay, Queen, Jack, 10. We could try to get either a 9 or a king for a straight. I think it's easier to just go for the flush. In which case, it could be a clubs flush. I guess that wins. There's some consideration for selling the 4 Fienders. If we can win without it, maybe it takes 2 hands to win without it. But if we keep it, we win in 1 hand. I'm thinking, okay, you sell it for $3, you get an extra $1 of interest, but maybe if we win in 1 hand, then that gives us an extra hand, an extra $1, so it pays for itself anyway. And then the 4 fingers is nice to keep for the boss. We can play 3 or 4 flushes against the boss. Shoot the Moon as a rental we said was viable. Do we want to take it as an eternal? Probably not eternal. I could take a rental bus. Is that viable? I think with the pair level, the rental bus is more viable. Once again, here we have enough money in the bank. We can use the interest to pay for the rental fee. Sure. Go next. No consideration for these booster packs. In a multiplayer context, there is this fear. What if my opponent finds something that I don't? What if my opponent gets a seal from a standard pack and I don't? So I have to open all the standard packs. But in single player, I don't have to worry about that. I just have to worry about surviving. In single player, we don't really care about the red seals or the purple seals as much. Whereas those are more important. You want to see those in multiplayer. All right. Here we have some 4s. My pairs are leveled up, so if I wanted, I could play a pair of 4s. I could play 3 4s is better, technically. Throwing away the jack, right? Start with 3 4s. Okay. It would be nice to get a flush, but I don't know if I want to play this flush. This flush is not great. I could get... We used up some hearts. Maybe I throw away the 5 here. Maybe I play the pair of 10s. Maybe we try to get a diamonds flush. Maybe we try to get a clubs flush. I think let's play the pair of 3s. Not a very good pair. Okay, I can play a pair of 10s. Pair of 10s, pair of 7s, that sequence wins. Let's try to get a full house. Okay, so this full house now, 10s and 7s, I think that wins. We can sell the 4 fienders so that we get an extra $1 of interest. With the bus, usually the thing that you want to do is you want to play all your hands. That way you get the maximum mult on the bus each round. But because it's a rental bus, we should be a little bit more conservative. Maybe. Could be Arcana pack, could be Buffoon pack. Probably Arcana first, try to get Hermie. Let's check the boss is play 5 cards. Alright. Death removes a face card. Strength also removes a face card by turning a king into an ace. But I think removing face cards with the bus is not super important. If you're just going to play pairs anyway. So let's take an Emperor and look for value generation. No gold card, but we can make some lucky cards, I guess. And go Buffoon pack. Baseball card is probably too expensive as a rental. Maybe we don't need Wrathful if we have the bus. Maybe we don't take Ben here. I say, okay, either we take Ben or we take the satellite. I think satellite is not the best, but I think we can make it worth it, even as an Eternal. So let's do that. If this was Eternal Golden Joker, I would take it. Eternal Satellite is fine. And then, do we want the Gelato to go with the bus? Probably. That allows us to win in fewer hands. And then go next. Alright, so with the Magician, I probably want to use it on aces. Okay. Let's try to get more aces. Okay, I could do Steel 10. I can do Lucky Aces. I could do a pair or 2 pair. Probably the 2 pair because the pair because it has more mult. Let's do that. And then with the Gelato, that wins. Okay. 18 bucks. So, do you take Faceless Joker with the bus? I think Eternal Faceless Joker, Eternal Satellite. We don't do both. We don't do two Eternals. Let's say we didn't have the Satellite. Would we take Faceless Joker? If it wasn't a rental, maybe not. The idea with the bus is, okay, you want to not play your face cards. You want to discard your face cards to the Faceless Joker. That's sort of compatible. But with the bus, you want to remove the face cards from your deck. And if you have fewer face cards in your deck, that's fewer face cards that you can discard to the Faceless Joker. So even if it wasn't a rental, probably no Faceless Joker. We can take Earth instead to feed the Satellite, I guess. And I'm not going to open the booster packs yet. I'm going to save my money for interest. Let's go next. All right. So how do we win here? We can maybe get hearts as a flush. Maybe. I guess maybe I just throw away the low pair. Let's try hearts as a flush. Could be one more time going for the hearts. Could be with the gelato, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I just want to draw my aces. I can play this flush with the ace. I can play this other ace, I guess. Ah, bummer. That's fine. Alright, two-handers, okay. This boss, play 5 cards. So probably 2 hands against the boss. 22 bucks here. Probably I want a red card. So we start there. Probably we go Buffoon Pack also. Could be to-do list on straight flush. So we could skip here for the red card. I think taking the to-do list as another value generator is probably correct. I want to take Mystic Summit here. So I think we don't need the rental bus. I think in the short term, we replace the bus with Mystic Summit. That's an upgrade. And then in the long term, we level up the red card instead of the bus. Let's do that. And we can go Celestial Pack for Satellite value, maybe. So it could be Mercury here. It could be 2 pair for the Satellite value. And then go next. Alright, we're broke. Straight flush is not going to happen. So maybe I just want to draw my aces. Maybe. Okay. Discard all of these spades, I guess. Doesn't really matter. I can play ace as a high card. Maybe. I didn't win in one. I can play this ace as a high card. Could we have gotten the straight flush? It looks like no. Alright, that's it. I guess I could play a straight. Okay. Now to do this on 2 pair. That's better. Okay. The runner we probably don't want as a rental. If it wasn't a rental, I would take it, but maybe the rental is too expensive. I want to do this. I want to do the to-do list, and I need these others to survive. So no cola here either. Let's save our money, go next. To-do list on 2 pair. Alright, so we can do jacks and kings as 2 pair. Throwing away a 2. Okay, we don't need Mystic Summit on every hand. We can do, let's see here, I have 3 8s, I have 3 7s, so why don't we do 8s? Could be 8s and 6s. And then I have 2 7s left. I have, this is my last 5. That's my last queen. Let's throw away the 5. Okay, this is not 2-pair, but that's okay. We can just play a pair. Okay. Okay. This. Alright, rebate is rough. Usually that's the thing that we want, even as an Eternal. But again, 2 value generators Eternal, probably we don't do. So no satellite, I think I take rebate here. Because I have the satellite, I think I don't take the rebate. In the short term, that's sad, because then we miss out on a lot of money in the short term. But long term, we want to have the Joker slots available. So we can open a Buffoon pack. There's Shoot the Moon again. There's Abstract Joker. Both of these are viable, but probably Mystic Summon is good enough. We just skip for the red card, and then we can go to-do list on straight. Probably we have enough money. We can open a standard pack and skip. Go next. How do we get a straight? Could be the high straight, could be the low straight. On the high straight, we would need a 10 specifically. So it could be ace through 10, could be king through 9. On the low end, could be ace and 2, or could be 6 and 7. So let's do that. Could be ace. Great. Okay. Now if we want to get another straight, we could try to get a 5. Or we can keep the middle cards. If we go for the middle cards, maybe that's better. Try that. Close. I guess we drop the queens here as a pair. That probably wins. We would not have gotten the 5. Okay. 50 chips on the gelato. That's not great. But we got 39 bucks here, so to do this on 2 pairs, good. We could go Arcana pack first. Could be a skip for the red card, could be Priestess for the satellite value. Plutonium and Saturn. Now Celestial pack. Okay, we can pick up Venus for the satellite. Pluto and Saturn is fine. Alright, now with satellite plus the to-do list, I think we can take seed money now. The question is, do we take the fist instead of Mystic Summit? Probably. I guess we could also drop the gelato here. Maybe. It's a little bit spooky. If we drop the gelato, we can't play pairs, but maybe we want to play 2-pair anyway with the to-do list. So let's do that. Go next. Alright, so 2s and could be 10s and 2s as 2-pair. Does this win? I think without the Mystic Summit, this doesn't win. Yay. So we can throw away 2s. We can throw away the face down card. Maybe discard something like this. Maybe keep the king or the jack. Could be 4s and aces as 2-pair. Yes. What is this? So this is a pair. This is probably an ace of hearts. Could be a king of hearts, could be an ace of hearts. This is spades, so that's queen of spades. We have a queen of spades. This could be ace of hearts, could be king of hearts. So play these, I guess. Ah, bummer. Oh well. Okay, I mean, we got 20 bucks there. We got 64 in the bank. This boss, no repeat hand types. we can get a scary face, I guess. To-do list on flushes. So, is it better to have all these mult jokers? Is it better to take the scary face? I think it depends on what's inside the celestial packs. Could be an... I think, okay, we take Mars for the satellite. We go Mega Celestial Pack, could be Neptune, I guess. And then skip for the red card. I like the idea taking Empress here. I like the idea keeping to-do list. Probably Mystic Summit we can drop now. So Mystic Summit out, pick up the scary face. Empress we can use on some face cards. I like the extra discard here if we want to try to set up flushes, if we want to try to do the fist. Okay, so maybe we want to get clubs as a flush. Maybe we want to get face cards. We could do spades as a flush instead of diamonds. Maybe. So, could be spades as a flush. Is it greedy to keep the hearts? Slightly greedy. Let's play the pair. Okay. And then try to get the spades. Okay. So King and Jack as mult cards. Play the spade flush. Okay. I can play high card King and try to get hearts as a flush. Oh, it's over. Okay, that's fine. To-do list on 3 of a kind. You could consider riffraff. Maybe a reason not to riffraff is we already have a money joker, we already have scaling chips, we already have, or sorry, mult. 2 mult jokers. Chips joker is not the best, but it's okay. I think that's compelling enough. No riffraff here. We can go... I think the last card I used was Empress, in case we get a fool. Let's go Celestial Pack first, or we could reroll first. No, we have seed money. Alright, we get Jupiter. Is that the last one? We got the full 9 for the satellite. I guess we could get secret hands later. Let's go Arcana. There's Hermes. So 20 bucks for sure. Do a little re-rolling. Could be popcorn, could be Uranus. I think I am interested in Uranus. I think with the fist here, I think taking popcorn is fine. Taking popcorn is safer against the boss. To do this on 3 of a kind. Could be Shoot the Moon, could be Steven, could be reroll more. Let's save our money for now. Alright, so my best hand is 2 pair. I am trying to get 3 of a kind. I am trying to get face cards. I could go 2 pair, kings and 7s. I think we should. Okay. I could do 2 pair aces and 10s, or I can try to get more face cards. Let's try to get more face cards. Could be 2 pair aces and jacks. Okay. Now, I think we just go more face cards here. So could be an ace high straight. No value on the to-do list is fine. Okay, so against the boss, if we play a straight, that's 3 face cards is 7,000, is not that much. To-do list on high card. Bummer. So, I mean, we got 75 bucks, so let's go Celestial. Red card, probably we want Mercury, but I think against this boss we skip for the Molt. Now we could get a clean runner. I kind of like that idea. Maybe it's not too late to do that. To-do list on high card. We only get to use it once here. I think we have to drop the to-do list. I think we need more points. Could be... Don't have room. Saturn, I think for sure. No Devious Joker. Could be Northern Lion. No, since we have the satellite. Let's go maybe one more to be safe. Could be a fresh gelato instead of this scary face. Alright, now we're chilling. Okay, so let's start with the 2-pair so that we can play the lucky cards. And then a straight wins. Any flavor of straight wins. Could be discard the 10. One more time. 9 high straight, that's it. Okay. After that, we probably don't need the popcorn anymore. 24 bucks. Alright. Wash, Bonkler. We could do better. This boss discards random cards. So let's go take Overstock. There's Michelle replaces the popcorn. Let's go Buffoon Pack. Here probably we skip Todd. Standard pack, we can skip a 7. Alright. Pick up Michelle, and then now we're chilling. How do I get a straight? So, could be keep the jack. Okay. So, try to get an 8, or throw away the 7 here. We can throw away the 7. We get the 8, so slightly punished. There's the 7. I guess I can play a queen high straight. Or keep the queen, try to get another straight. No, let's play this. Okay. I can play a pair of kings. And now we're trying to get... The 9 is not going to happen. There's only 2 5s. That's not good. We don't lose. It is slightly dubious. Alright. But then we get the 8 high straight. Runner now 45. Okay. The next round... Okay, Mars, Lover's Hallucination. Alright, we just want Celestial Pack. Could be Mercury, could be skip for the red card. I think because we have the runner, we should probably skip. So runner, generic chips plus red card, generic molts. Then we're just chilling. Square here instead of the runner is too late. Let's just go next. And I think we should have enough to survive. So we could do Jack High Straight is great. That should be at least 12,000. Okay. We could try to get the 4 for the low straight since we already played a high straight. Alright, the ace is gone. Give me the 4. Bummer. So looking for a 9 or a 4. One more time. 9 or 4. There's the 4. Straight instead of the straight flush. Boss is going to discard random cards. That's not good. But now the runner's on 75, which is nice. Okay. I have money. Fortune Teller is not helping. Standard pack. There's a blue 5. We should probably take it. Even though it's not going to do anything here. Arcana pack, we should probably skip for the red card instead of taking Judgment. I'm going to need some interesting tarot cards. Faceless Joker instead of banana is not good enough. I think we keep banana. Judgment, no. Matador, no. Priestess, maybe. Jupiter and Venus. That's not good. Bus is too late. We want to be able to play the face cards. So I guess that's it then. Go next. Alright. So I could play a full house, I guess. Losing the queens and losing the fives is rough. So here, if I want to get a straight, I can't get a queen. It has to be a 7. There's a queen, maybe. Okay. I need a 6. No, I need a 7. That's not great. If I get the 7, I still need a 5 or a 10. That's not good. Okay, we get the 5. It has to be a 7. Okay. And then the pair of 7s is not enough. Bummer. Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, I don't know. We could have spent more money. I don't know if spending more money would have helped that much. You know, we had the Eternal Satellite. Yeah, I think Eternal Satellite was fine. I think we got our money's worth out of the Eternal Satellite. If I didn't take Eternal Satellite, there were plenty of other value generators that I would have taken as an Eternal. So the idea is, okay, if you don't have Eternal Satellite, then maybe we could have picked up a 5th Joker, some kind of scoring Joker. I mean, there weren't any Xmult Jokers. So the idea behind taking the Eternal value generator is you get the money and then you leverage that money to buy better stuff, right? You buy more booster packs for the red card, maybe. Or, you know, re-roll into the ice cream when we re-rolled into the ice cream. So if we don't have the satellite, maybe we have much less points. We're actually weaker that way. So satellite seemed fine. I think swapping bus for red card also seemed fine. Again, there, if you have the rental bus, you're paying the rental fees. Maybe that's making you weaker overall. We got some value out of the face cards doing, what was it, like Scary Face or something like that. So then maybe you wouldn't have been able to do that with the bus. Yeah, maybe it was seed money. Maybe seed money was a little bit greedy. So the idea with seed money is the voucher costs $10, and if you get $5 worth of interest twice, then that pays for the voucher, but it costs more than that. So if you have $25 in the bank, that's $25 that you're not spending. So if you go from $25 up to $50, that's another $25 that you're not spending. So in order for you to get the value from seed money, you need to, it costs you $25 in the bank, plus it costs you $10 for the voucher. So it actually costs $35 to do seed money. In that case, it takes 7 rounds for seed money to pay for itself. Assuming that you have maxed out interest, it takes 7 rounds, which is like 2.5 antes, which, you know, if we're losing an ante 5 here, that's, you know, maybe we didn't survive long enough for seed money to be worth it. It seemed worth it at the time. Maybe we sold out of, what is it? The to-do list. Maybe we sold out of the to-do list too early. Maybe the runner was not the right call. But it didn't seem like we had really many other chips options. Didn't seem like we had many other, like, planet card options. Maybe there was like a full house level that I could have used. Like in this round specifically, there was a full house level that I could have used instead of selling it for $1. Maybe the lesson is you're supposed to use all of those random levels. Maybe. I think a different boss we would have been fine. Maybe. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this one. Tough seed for sure. Take care, everyone.